Grace and peace, family. Grace and peace. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom. My hotel. Namaste. Free the land, beloved. Come on in, come on in, come on in. You should know what time it is. My name is Vicki Dillard, and I am so pleased to be with you here on my own channel at vickydillard.tv, beloved. Thank you so much for joining me today. I have a little bit of a ritual, beloved, that as you come in, be sure to come in giving us a big thumbs up, and share the broadcast on the count of 3 in just a moment. Of course, many of you have been reaching out to me in one form or another on different platforms. Even some of you have emailed and DM'd saying, Vicki, where in the world are you? Because you were used to seeing the Vicki show syndicated and even me live on some other platforms that I've helped to build and grow and give credibility and profit to for years. So there have been some changes there, although you'll be able to see me on other networks and platforms. There have been some changes in some of the places you're used to seeing me. So if you want to see me live once or twice a week, you can come here at vickydillard.tv. This is my personal channel that I'm giving more attention to. And of course, you'll be able to see some of my other content on other platforms. But to have that information specifically, join my email list at vickyplanet.com. That's my website, so that you're informed when those changes are made. I do other broadcasts that's not live, like on African Diaspora News Channel and so forth. Of course, I am now on Rumble. I am on Twitter. I am on X, Twitter, which is now X, formerly Twitter, X, Rumble, TikTok, a couple of Facebook pages, Instagram, so forth and so on. Hey, y'all. Hey, good to see you, Troy. Good to see you, Shonda said from Senegal. Welcome, Senegal. My international family's here. Monique is here. Hillary is here. Star is here. James, Born Knowledge, Jakai, Bonnie. Thank you all so much for joining us, family. On the count of 3, I want y'all to hit that thumbs up button. Vicki, me and you need to go out on a date. Oh, okay. Bless your heart. On the count of 3, family, I want y'all to hit that thumbs up button. Okay, hit that thumbs up button, and I want you to share. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. One second. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Share. I see, Miss Sharice, I was just starting to watch your high-level conversation, and here you are again everywhere. How are you, beloved? Hey, Aquarius 79, these are moderators highlighted in blue, family. Yes, that was so wonderful. And if you all don't know what she's talking about, I was so happy to have done an interview with our brother 19 Keys not too long ago, and I was so shocked and surprised. On Sunday is when it aired. He has a hit show that's known as High Level Conversations, where he has some very high level, well-known folks from really different parts of the world that he does a long form talk show on Earn Your Leisure YouTube channel. And I was pleased to be featured on there for a couple of hours. And so, yes. So we've been, that aired on Earn Your Leisure, but of course he's put it up on some clips on Instagram on a couple of different platforms there, and I've been putting it up. So this is a picture, behind the scenes picture of when we were filming some weeks back. And so it's just aired on this Sunday, which we are so excited about. And of course, we're talking about magic. We're talking about spirituality and its fusion into politics and everyday life. I had the high privilege of speaking specifically about Mammy Wata's prophetesses that were known as the Sibyls. These were women that counseled and gave ritual knowledge to world leaders, black and white world leaders. Their emphasis, of course, was on their villages and their own people, but the world came to them and they guided literally the world. And under their leadership for 6,000 years, this particular matriarchy, they had the blood codes. They ruled by divine right because of those blood codes, and under their rule for so many thousands of years, the world reached its peak in mathematics and architecture, education, religion, spirituality, science, philosophy, archaeology, in all major areas of human activity. It reached its peak under their leadership. In fact, this is one of the latest ancestors webinars that I did with Brother Rod Hayes. How many of y'all know Mystic Rod Hayes? Oh, I got a cash out. I mean, not a cash app, super sticker. Y'all, can y'all believe, y'all know I was demonetized for a long time? What y'all think that is? What y'all think is going on, family? Somebody talk about that black magic. Somebody said, I thank you and the rest of the new black media for keeping us informed so that we can stay on code. Seniors for Vote Couch 2024. Let me hit the gavel. You must know where I'm going, but just the fact of your hashtag. Because I had to get on this topic. You all know I don't go live 5 days a week like I used to, not to mention the other content that I was doing for my spiritual school, my special courses, and the other networks I was on as a one-woman show. Talk Black to me. So you know I must be divinely guided. I'm not playing with you, Rockman. He's my Lord have mercy, Vicki. You look so good. I think y'all still have not told me who pays you all to say these things. FBA Queen, this is so interesting. I got the notice. So we have some monetization. Today's broadcast is the first after being demonetized for almost a year, family. So anyway, notwithstanding, we're going to continue to utilize Cash App and PayPal and those things because they take out less money, but no worries. Johnny just gave, your gift is blessed. Both of your gifts are blessed 1,000-fold. Thank you all so much for being here. Family, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. Okay, share. But yes, sis, so you all, Miss Sharice brought it up a minute ago about the fact that she was just fixing to watch my high level conversation with 19 Keys that's aired now on Earn Your Leisure. Is airing now on Earn Your Leisure YouTube. It was a wonderful conversation, and he's got clips up is all over the place. And do you know, people have been emailing me because it's on different platforms, the clips, that is. I've got comments and DMs where people are extraordinarily moved. I'm talking about having actual emotional responses and reaction, and people are going within and actually identifying powerful, magical traits and gifts that they're reminded that their own mothers or grandmothers and aunties and even they themselves have. So family, it blesses me so much because this is a part of my destiny, is to simply point you to the magic that's already within you, but that's latent. And I emphasize, and I've been teaching spiritual courses for many, many years before online, baby. I know this online stuff is a hit. And I know a lot of people made a lot of progress because of my spiritual stuff. I'm starting over on my own now. But before I ever came online, beloved, I had my own Ascension school almost 20 years ago with graduating students. So this is what I do, is what I was born to do, my own way. You'll never see me trying to take authority and credit for somebody else's spiritual system. Vicki is talking about her unique pattern from my spiritual court with my unique assignment and contract with planet Earth. Talk Black to me, somebody. So that's what I stick to. And I honor all spiritual systems that have some magic in it and some good in it. So I was pleased to be able to have that discussion and discuss matters of spirituality, because what I want you all to understand is that for us as the original man and woman, we cannot divorce or separate our spiritual magic. Now, don't get it twisted with religion, but our spiritual magic with politics and everyday life. It is inextricably connected. And it is our secret sauce to ruling the world and overcoming being outnumbered and outweaponed by the powers that shouldn't be. The global forces, the so-called deep state, the imperialist United States, and her mostly Western allies who know that their time has come to an end, are not leaving easily. Do you think that if you've been in power for thousands of years and most intently hundreds of years, and you have become wealthy and rich and powerful and rule the world for so long, do you think that those individuals are just going to leave the quote unquote throne and high five you and welcome you to it? No, they're going to fight like hell, and they're going to try to destroy you before just giving up their seat of power. So it is asinine to believe that they're just going to willingly give it to you. So you're going to have to resort to a greater force. And so because they outnumber us in terms of who's stolen and who sits in the high places. Talk Black to me, somebody. And because they have developed weapons of mass destruction for so long to try to use against us, the question is, how does one overcome that? You overcome that the same way the Black Moors here in the United States, the true natives here in the United States that stayed on this land, that beat the brakes off their open enemy, the same way that some of the Haitian people got a level of their freedom by tapping into their supernatural spiritual properties. Aquarius 79, you must know me well. When she talked about how Rothschild passed. Watch this. Let me tell y'all something that is prophetic. See, y'all know me real well. This is the type of connections that I do. The people that have ruled the world, the people that have ruled the banking systems, their time has come to an end. So laws, rules, and regulations, all this stuff with the migrant invasion, all these different weird things that are going on, these pandemic moves, y'all listening to me, the attempts to censor and silence us who are on alternative media. They mock us at first. They tell you that you're nothing. Their mainstream shields call you, message you, mad at you, and upset with you, or block you, or go publicly to say something crazy about Vicki Dillard. That's because, beloved, we're making inroads. And we're threatening their position, a position that was stolen and co-opted and was never meant for them anyway. Right? Who said this ratchet activist? Hey, prophet, it's finally caught you live. Not a fan. Okay, but if you're there, I'll watch. Okay. Well, if you said you're there for me, then that's what matters. And please understand, beloved, I would never sell out. And notwithstanding people's positions on certain topics, you know that if you're bringing your sister with the curly braids there, you understand that I'm repping important topics. That's what matters, that we're able to elevate those things that matter. Okay. Thank you so much, Angie B. Hey, Queen Vicki, looking beautiful. Thank you all so much. So, family, y'all be sure to hit that thumbs up button, share as you come in, beloved. Family, I know that, y'all know I've been discussing this for a long time, and I'm going to continue to discuss and prepare us for the upcoming elections. We know the antics that the Democrat Party are engaged in. Of course, certainly the Republican Party is also, but I'm talking about the Democrats in particular, because they're certainly going to lean heavily on their most faithful and loyal voting bloc, who requires absolutely nothing of them, utilizing our votes to make sure that hundreds of billions of dollars, let me say it again, to ensure that hundreds of billions of dollars continue to go to the Nazi Ukrainians. They want to use your votes to make sure that the Afghans that came to the country got hooked up. When we put all that money in the gas and use all our planes and stuff to make sure that they landed in the United States safely, talking about all the people over there in Afghanistan that helped out America in the war and stuff, and we got to bring them over here. Somebody said, what's the cash app? One of my moderators, can you all please put the cash app in for us? Like I said, I was just recently told that they monetized us again here on YouTube. So thank you all so much. Those that have already donated, your gifts are blessed 1,000-fold. Give my mods just a moment to put that information in for you, precious. Listen, we see what our votes are getting. Our votes are getting $9,000 housing vouchers for illegal migrants. Our voting is making sure that legal immigrants are getting all kinds of tangibles that we who built this country don't get. We understand that our voting ensures that the dominant society is still stealing from us and benefiting off of our labor. That's what your vote is getting. Your vote is getting everybody something but you. So we're saying and have said, and we have been a threat, as you all know, we've been closing the gap and the numbers for so many years. That's the reason why they continue to attack us after they mocked us at first, right, family? So you all know Kamala Harris, right? We've discussed her, and I did say discuss, not disgusting. Talk black to me, somebody. We've discussed Kamala Harris, who ran for president during the last election, right? and who was asked specifically, talk black to me, somebody, who was asked specifically and directly about the questions of reparations for Black Americans. Now, the Black so-called publication that asked her this question, I have nothing against the Black lady who was at the griot at the time. I appreciate and shout her out for being so forward and asking Kamala about that, but the griot has blocked me. How can a Black publication? That's so wild. Isn't that outrageous? And again, these are not, I don't have time to be sitting up trolling nobody. It's not like you can show any evidence that I was on your Twitter or something cussing you out. That's beneath me. You get all the everlasting work from the Vicki show and wherever my broadcasts and clips are played. Y'all get wind of it and lose your mind. So the griot with their suspect agent selves, a Black publication. And again, I found out these things by accident. Whenever one of y'all do something weird like that. So how does a whole Black publication like Essence Magazine? Y'all know Essence Magazine blocked me last year. They blocked me because I helped to successfully, from the grassroots, I went live on a weekend and I didn't let up for a couple of days. And before Monday hit, they were suing. What it was is during their Essence Fest, Essence was suing local Black bookstores and businesses, tripping about some little fact that they use allegedly Essence name. Now, these are local New Orleans people. Essence comes to New Orleans every year to do this big conference, Essence Fest. And so local people there were benefiting off of it. They was upset about the fact that they name or title allegedly was somewhere in one of their flyers. They lost their minds and sued local Black company. So you know your girl got involved and started calling out Essence Magazine. For those of you that don't know, Essence has been sold some time back, and it's literally being run by Black immigrants. And you can recognize over time that their publication has started to remove more and more of the essence of foundational Black Americans. So we already knew that there was an agenda. They was doing a whole bunch of other stuff, agendas that they was throwing in the magazine. It didn't have no resonance with us in the first place. But I was especially ticked off when I found out that they were suing our own people. So when we started to expose that, they got upset with your sister with the curly braids. They went so far as to respond to me. They did. After I helped to get the world upset. That's what I do. And before the time was over, and I was, yes, the people that know that's involved helped to give me credit. Essence issued a letter having told their folks that they've changed the lawsuit and they're no longer suing those folks. So they were so mad at me for bringing attention to this, and other folks started to talk about it because that's my power. They blocked me. Black Essence, but we don't need that little magazine. You know why we don't need that magazines? This is a real good time to talk about this real quick before I show y'all this, read this article. The reason why we don't need their magazine, Rockmond, your gift is blessed, your cash app is blessed 1,000-fold, beloved. Because Vicki Dillard has her own now. Talk back to me. This is a spring edition of Venus. Get yours today, family. The link is above. In this issue, ladies, we're going to be talking about being more intentional about love and money. Ooh, it's going to be so good. And you'll be surprised with the principles of love that we're going to be talking about manifesting together, y'all, being more intentional, because people feel like that we shouldn't be able to have it all. No, we're going to be talking about this together, how we can collectively manifest together. That's what this is about. In this luxury magazine I specifically created for the everyday woman, because I don't believe it's fair that only people that are millionaires and billionaires get to enjoy luxury. Somebody just said, I love your background. It's so beautiful and classy, just like you. Y'all know I can't help it. I'm just obsessed with flowers and roses. Yes, I am over the top. I admit it. This has always been me. This has always been me. I can't help it. And you're making the point, Precious, for that beautiful compliment. Which is one of the reasons I created the magazine in the first place, because luxury, which I redefine the definition of, so you'll understand that when you get it, it's not something that should just be for those that are the richest, right? Luxury should be experienced by all of us. It's an entitlement for us. And we explain that. So this book is about how we as divine feminines manifest, because we manifest differently. We have a womb, and our womb carries magic. So brothers, that's why I tell you, make sure you get this magazine for your lovely wife, fiance, your mother, your sister, your auntie. You'll thank me later, especially if it's your woman. We're meant to manifest differently, beloved. And so be sure to get yours. The link is above. Go to VickiPlanet.com. I'm only going to make the sales available for another week or so. Because once we do that, family, we do pre-sales. So it takes a few weeks before we send them, because that's when the company prints them and then we ship them out, okay? So get your spring edition. I've been hearing rave reviews about the first one. Y'all have gone crazy. The women that received the first one, I heard some of the brothers got it. Y'all something else. One brother told me he keep his by his bedside. Y'all crazy. So it's so amazing. It's going to be some nice, yummy pictures in the upcoming spring edition that you haven't seen yet. Like this green attire, which is why we use the red, and the green is the reason why I'm using those particular colors for this issue. It's so, so yummy. Just click the link above. Get it for you, your daughter, someone you know. It's an excellent gift. And because of the information I'm putting in there, you're going to thank me for it later, because we manifest in a very special way. So you can see this as like a Goddess Secret Society manual. It's like yummy secrets. And I love it so much. Okay. Enough of that, family. Thank you all so much for your patience. What did she say? Now that they've monetized you, they're irritating us with commercials. Oh, no. Right now, while I'm speaking now, commercials are coming on. That's one of the, if we're being real, that's actually one of the ways I think that they help to get us paid. So whenever people actually watch them, you're actually helping to benefit the person that you're watching, to be honest. Yep, they're doing commercials. Oh my goodness, 3 interruptions over here. We're going to have to see what we can do about that, okay? She said they're coming on now while I'm talking live. Somebody said they can play them all they want, but I won't stop watching. Thank you. Okay, family, let's get to where we're going. Hopefully we can get that figured out, okay? Thank y'all so much for your patience, and thank you for letting me know. So look at this headline, family. Today, I'm very, very quickly, I promise you. Today, I'm very, very quickly going to be discussing this. The headline I put up, which I can't even see right now. Let me pull it up. Today, I mentioned this as the topic, that Kamala Harris quietly meets with Hughley and R0land Martin to discuss getting us to the polls, right? Are y'all hearing me? So, family, look at this headline. Can y'all see this? Isn't it something? Inside Kamala Harris's quiet effort to break through the Biden campaign's information bubble. Now, y'all watch this. I'm going to read just a few sentences from the top, but we're going to scroll way, way, way down in the article. And I want to tell you, I want you to listen to what the article says way, way, way down, what they reveal. Y'all listening? Watch this. For some, it's been a conversation off to the side at the White House congressional holiday party. Y'all listening? Others have gathered at actress Eva Longoria's house in Los Angeles. Still more have huddled on Air Force Two and gathered for a series of Saturday sessions and dinners that Vice President Kamala Harris has been hosting at the Naval Observatory. More than 24 sources tell CNN that Harris has been gathering information to help her penetrate what she sometimes refers to as the bubble of Biden campaign thinking, telling people she's aiming to use that intelligence. Listen to the language. Saying that she's aiming to use that intelligence to push for changes in strategy and tactics that she hopes will help, that she hopes will put the ticket in better shape to win. It goes on to say how multiple leading Democrats, anxious about a campaign they fear might be stumbling past a point of no return, say their conversations with Harris have been a surprising and welcome change after months of feeling sloughed off by the White House and Biden campaign headquarters in Wilmington, Delaware. Y'all be sure to hit that thumbs up button now. Share, share, share. It goes on to talk about complaints. It talks about other irrelevant things, like when she did this speech at the Munich Security Conference and all these different things. They're trying to talk about what's making her look real official and presidential and all that foolishness, right? Watch this, family. I'm scrolling because it's so deep down in the article, but I don't want us to miss this part. Watch this. So you don't think I'm making it up. Way, 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 way down. Deep in the article. Under this section, can y'all see this? It says a focus on black men. See, I'm not going to be here long. We're going to keep busting these funny looking Democrats. Talk black to me, somebody. Way, way, way down in the article. Y'all watching this? What does it say? Listen. What does it say? It says one of the biggest topics of conversation in Harris's sessions with campaign staff is how to energize black voters and tighten economic messaging that will appeal to them. Before we get into the name dropping, I need y'all to focus on what this first sentence said. Because Muddy Production said, Vicki, don't miss them details. Talk black to me, somebody. Talk black to me. Listen. The first sentence of that section that says a focus on black men. Now remember, they mocked us and talked about how irrelevant we were. Y'all, please don't forget that. They ended up telling us initially how insignificant we are and were. Talk black to me. Somebody just said, I have the money in your womb ATM card. I know that's right. Listen, the first sentence under that section says they're trying to figure out how to energize black voters and tighten economic messaging that will appeal to them. Family, which is why we don't need to be here all day. What is our very clear and unequivocal economic message for the Democrat Party, for us? South Central LA on the tap in. Salute to the Queen of Receipts, Vicki Dillard. Love you, LA. Carmel, I ordered the first Venus magazine already too. Awesome. Thank you, Muddy Productions. Cash payments, reparations. Everybody putting reparations in the chat. It's clear that they're simply not doing it. How many of y'all remember the broadcast that I just did the other day talking about James Clyburn, reminding you all, well, first of all, I told you what he's recently done. Remember, he just recently stepped down from one of his little positions with the vacant so that he can spend more time to help get Joe Biden elected. And then I reminded you all what he said when he said the reparations implementation is impossible. And when somebody even came up with a weak alternative in terms of discounts for developers in the urban areas, he talked about how that was just smoke and mirrors. So he is dogging and mocking your black congressional reps are not even taking reparations seriously. Everybody knows very clearly what we're about. Now, I brought that up because in that article, remember that article I showed you, and again, if you haven't seen it, just go to my lives here and watch the one that I just did the other day on James Clyburn saying about the impossibility of reparations implementation. The article I read to you all from was the fact that several of the 2020 presidential candidates were going to be talking about reparations. Y'all remember that? That was a headline. But James Clyburn came out against it. Talk black to me, somebody. FBA Queen listening black with you, Miss Vicki. Yes, ma'am. So reparations is such a clear policy demand of ours that many of the presidential candidates were going to be discussing it. And then James Clyburn, which is why he came out dogging it to make sure that the white folks had cover behind a black man. J. Bubba, your gift is blessed 1,000-fold. As a black man, what is Sassy R0land going to tell me? I know that's right, because he showed Sassy. You flooded illegal criminals in the country to replace and fund them. You know they up to a bunch of mess. Now watch this. Don't forget, and I'm going to play Kamala's clip in a minute. The first sentence says that she's quietly, having all these different kinds of meetings. But the first sentence, this is the second part of the first sentence. It says they're trying to figure out how to energize black voters and tighten economic messaging that will appeal to them. It says that came directly from Harris's 2 biggest private campaign sessions. Somebody say Kamala is playing y'all. How many of y'all know that Kamala ran for president not too long ago? It's why Joe Biden ended up picking her as vice president. Right? Y'all remember? Why is Kamala playing dumb? She knows what the overwhelming numbers of black folks who are willing to go to the polls if this is the #1 policy issue seriously. How do we know Kamala knows this is what we're demanding? How do we know that Kamala Harris and the Democrat Party know exactly what we want? They just keep giving us the middle finger and stabbing us in the back and telling us what they're not going to do. Somebody say, prove it, Vicki. Somebody say, prove it, Vicki, like you've been doing for the past several years. Somebody say, prove that Kamala knows exactly what the economic demand for black folks is.
For black people. Well, listen. Do you support reparations for black people? Well, listen. Again, we had over 200 years of slavery. We had Jim Crow for almost a century. We had legalized discrimination, segregation, and now we have segregation and discrimination that is not legal but still exists and is a barrier to progress. We have disparities around housing. We have disparities around education. We have disparities around income. And we have to recognize that everybody did not start out on an equal footing in this country.
She recognizes all of these problems that black folks have that's directly related to what? Chattel slavery, convict leasing, Jim Crow, Jane Crow. Yes, she acknowledges that our condition is man-made. Yes. And by the hands of the United States government.
And in particular, black people have not. And so we have got to recognize that and do something about that and give folks a lift up. That's why, for example, I'm proposing the LIFT Act. Give people who are making $100,000 or less as a family a tax credit, which will benefit and uplift 60% of black families who are in poverty.
So by default, it affects black families, but there's not a particular policy for African Americans that you would explore.
That's important. It's by default you say it. So Kamala sits up here and tell you all the hell that black folks have been catching and says that's why I'm proposing legislation so everybody can eat. Now, everybody didn't go through all that. The other people groups did not go through chattel slavery, silly. Other people groups did not bear the whip. The other people groups did not build America. The other people groups were not directly involved in a convict leasing. They were not the victims of local and federal black code laws. All that was us. So the solution for Kamala is all this is what's going on with black folks. We did it, but let's give everybody some. And like the reporter said, black folks will get some help by default. The hell am I sitting up here talking to you about a Lift Act for everybody when everybody didn't build America or catch hell in all those areas that you just mentioned, Kamala Harris?
But no, if you look at
Now she said no. Did y'all hear her say no? Now in a minute, she's getting ready to be more pronounced in her hell no.
The reality of who will benefit from certain policies, when you take into account that they're not starting at the same place and they're not starting on equal footing, it will directly benefit Black children, Black families, Black homeowners, because the disparities are so significant. So if we focus on the specific issues that have resulted in the greatest disparities, and we understand that that's part of why we're doing it. Listen, the reality also is this: any policy that will benefit Black people will benefit all of society. Let's be clear about that. Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit Black people. No.
So I'm not going to sit up here and say I'm just going to do something for only Black people. She got the attitude. She started the hydraulics of it all. Y'all know, if you've been following me on other networks, I created that phrase about her funny looking self years ago when she did that interview with Charlemagne a couple years ago. Hydraulicing. See, when she go to doing outlets here and all that there, that's when she emphasizing the hell no-ness to Black folks. They don't like uppity Black folks when you go into demands. Remember, the white rage author told us that white folks get outraged. The white rage is induced, is triggered with Black advancement when Black folks make demands. That's what she said. That's when white rage is triggered, when we demand something, when we achieve something. That's when the attitude comes out. Why did I play you that? I played you that as a reminder because what did the article say? What did I say? The first sentence of that section that says a focus on Black men. You see it? Y'all hit that thumbs up button. We got way more people in here than we do those that's hitting that thumbs up button and sharing. Thank you so much, beloved. Thumbs up, share, share, share. What did she say? She said the reason why she's meeting, one of the reasons, it says they're going to have a focus on Black men. And they said that they're one of the biggest topics, they said, of the conversation is how to energize Black voters and tighten economic messaging that will appeal to them. Kamala knows that the economic message we want to hear, and most importantly, what y'all better do, is reparations. She was still running for president when I showed you that clip. Other presidential candidates were making it a top issue. But your Black-looking shields like James Clyburn came out and said, hell no. Your gift is blessed. Shake Love said, Lam, exactly. That's that legal mammy. That's right. Thank you so much for that sticker. Y'all listening? Listen to a little bit more of this article. That came directly from Harris's two biggest private campaign sessions so far. They're looking for topics that's going to lure you. They're not looking for real policy changes, family. Listen to the language. It says it says how to energize Black voters and tighten economic messaging. They're just trying to tighten economic messaging. Notice they know that the economics is our number one demand. And it was our number one demand of her when she was running and failed to win. They're playing dumb. I keep emphasizing this. They know this is a number one issue. They know that we will come out in droves, but they are intentionally not giving us our demands. They're willingly, openly rebuffing us. Thank you, EJ, for your gift. That's right, trying to find better ways to trick us. Listen. Once again, it says that came directly from Harris's 2 biggest private campaign sessions so far, right? Watch this. Watch this. The first Naval Observatory dinner in December, y'all listening, brought together Black men in entertainment and media, including comedian D.L. Hughley. Did y'all know the D.L. Hughley black me? The ninja was talking all kind of trash about Vicki Dillard. I didn't need to do nothing. At the time, my brother Rizza Islam jumped in and gave him hell for disrespecting me. And my brother told me he did that on purpose because not enough people had my back. So I have to admit, I was pleased that a black brother, without me saying anything, had my back. So when Brother Rizza came out to put him in his place for disrespecting me, he blocked me. Man, y'all something else. Child. They mad at Vicki because Vicki, you can't never get me to be no, I'm not trying to be on mainstream TV to be no sellout. That ain't my goal and destiny, fool. I can influence y'all. Let me do my work from over here. See, that's what gets y'all, because you tripping because I'm not trying to be you or that and be in them positions and try to please nobody like that. Silly. I rule my way. Slowness. Watch this. Back to this. The first Naval Observatory dinner in December brought together Black men in entertainment and media, including comedian D.L. Hughley, film director Spike Lee, rapper Fat Joe. The hell is, okay, Vicki, read. Actor Don Cheadle. Y'all gonna think I'm trying to mess with him. And the last of the Mohicans on this one. What does it say? Look close. I'm trying to put it up close to the screen. What does it say? And broadcaster who? So y'all don't think that Vicki just bringing him up, just to bring it up. What it say? Broadcaster R0land Martin. Now y'all know R0land was begging for that job. How many broadcasts have y'all seen of R0land Martin calling out the White House for not inviting him to these meetings and stuff? Remember, he was crying and stuff because he felt that Obama and them set him up when they promised to give him an interview and it didn't happen. So R0land came out bouncing, rolling, and rolling. Some of y'all don't know there's a such thing as a dictionary. I don't know how you don't know this, because I've been on this for some years now. But the dictionary is my book of words, not the dictionary. The dictionary is my book of words. When you go through the dictionary, you will find that the word R0land, the etymology of the word R0land, the first 2 letters, R-O, the root word of R0land, is connected to the word round, rotund, and roll. That tells you everything you know. Somebody put some basketballs in the chat. I ain't got time for the story of his origin, but we'll get to that later at some other time. I'll tell it from time to time because not everybody knows the story, but I got to move along. We'll be here all day talking about this underworld entity that emerged from a river somewhere. Now listen, the second get together she had with Black men, focused on Black men in finance and politics, it says. So at that particular meeting, they met with EPA Administrator Michael Reagan, and White House Public Engagement Director Stephen Benjamin was there, but so were outside voices such as Cliff Albright, the Executive Director of Black Lives Matter Fund, Recording Academy CEO Harvey Mason Jr., and a collection of young Black mayors. Both meetings were built, y'all listen, on a session she did last year with about 30 young Black men aged 18 to 35 at the Eisenhower Executive Office building near the White House, and on ongoing frustration with the supporters that the Democrat Party needs to be spending as much time specifically reaching out to Black men as they do Black women. Family. Elsewhere in this article, Kamala says that she's trying to combat more, she said, than she's trying to combat, because she was questioned about Trump beating Biden. She said that doesn't worry her, Trump beating Biden. She said what worries her is that the couch beating Biden. Y'all know what that means? Do y'all know what that means? That means she's concerned about Black voter turnout. They know we're saying we want to vote if reparations is the agenda, a specific economic plan for Black folk. Kamala knows this, and so do all the other presidential candidates. That's why I keep bringing up those things, because I'm trying to show you how they playing dumb. They know that this is a demand and a request from an overwhelming number of folks that will happily and gladly be energized to go to the polls. But America keeps telling you that they want to send continuously $300 to $500 billion to Ukraine in less than 2 years. That is not enough for reparations. But don't y'all know that's a hell of a start? That's a pretty good start for reparations. Shit, $300 to $500 billion, ain't it? They're telling you we don't. When the pandemic happened, we saw that they were able to send most of America 2 different checks and spent trillions of dollars to do it. We know what y'all can do. But now she's sitting up here meeting with these suspect Black men. Everybody be sure to hit that thumbs up button, share as you come in. Thank you so very much. If you've just come into the show, be sure to watch the entire show. We talked about some important things, and I don't want you to miss it, as well as how you can purchase my Venus Luxury Magazine, my spring edition, as well as some other things, family. So be sure to watch the entire broadcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Vicki Dillard. Be sure to share and be sure to give us a big thumbs up, and make sure that you're subscribed and hit receive our notifications, even though they don't always give us the notifications. But I want you to understand, thank you, EJ, for your gift. Your super sticker is blessed. They're using all forms of Black entertainment, music, and news comedy, and movies to trick us again. That's exactly what they're doing. Family, you know we're so powerful when you have the Tiffany Cross, who used to work for MSNBC, because they fired her 5 minutes later after this broadcast, when she had a broadcast on and she specifically named folks in the Black media, new Black media, where she told her audience not to listen to folks like us. You know we're so important that when Simone Sanders was running Biden's campaign, remember she came out and said that she was tired of listening to the unsolicited opinion of Black men. Family, we're the ones that have the momentum. We're the ones that the streets are listening to. We're the ones that are controlling the narrative, and I say world events. But they are intentionally not listening to us. Do you understand that this is how diabolical and demonic the Democrat Party is? And I'm going to say this clearly. The Black Democrats are. The Black Democrats are so demonic, they hate their own Black seed. The generation that's behind them, they despise us. They will embrace, talk Black to me, our open enemy.
That is it for us. I do got to ask you, do you know how to wobble?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you know how to wobble?
I don't.
You know how to wobble? You just lost the Black vote right there. Karen, the Black folks in your staff need to teach.
Do you see why Roland was invited? Roland ain't going to be sitting up there with the demand of reparations. He going to ask her, do you know how to wobble? And he connected her being able to dance to getting the Black vote. How many of y'all know every time we see Roland dance? And let me give y'all a warning. I follow the rules as much as I can on these platforms, so you're not going to see me doing a bunch of nudity stuff and all that kind of stuff or talking too crazy. But I got to give y'all a warning, because what you're getting ready to see is very disturbing. Somebody said, well, Vicki, if it ain't nudity, if it ain't violence, what is it? This dancing is a type of violence. Today. So just watch your babies and watch your spirits. Roland has he's very gifted and adept at devastating the world, but just by being himself. Everybody hit that thumbs up button. Share, share, share. Hey, get it rolling. Hey, hey.
That's how I told y'all need the music. Don't.
He said he don't need the music, and then don't need the music. Told y'all don't need the music. What was that? It was a devastation. That's how you get the black vote, Hillary. That's what he told her. He said, because you don't know how to do the wobble, you have lost the black vote. Do you see why he was one of the ones that they brought up to the White House? Hell, that might be the reason why that Kamala having the meetings in private. Because she knows that's outrageous. She knows that if too many folks know he was there, that this is not a good look. R0land has been begging to be a part just to be a part. Everybody knows that reparations is the #1 issue. They refuse to give it to us. Watch this. I want y'all to hear this one part. The discussion often got intense around the small group tables set up in the observatory that Harris rotated around. Biden keeps talking about macroeconomics instability, some complain. But what they're hearing from their communities are complaints about checks not going as far as they used to. Acronyms like ARPA and IRA are going over people's heads, they said. And the president and the campaign need to do a better job of distilling the impact of people's lives. Harris said, I fully get that. That's a quote. They talked about the way the situation in Gaza is hitting Black communities who feel connected to the sense of another marginalized community under attack. It goes on to say, Vice President Harris is playing an incredibly meaningful role with respect to the Biden re-election campaign, said House Democrat leader Hakeem Jeffries, who attended the second session. Convening stakeholders from the African-American community is a very important part of that equation. By the way, y'all, Hakeem Jeffries is that Black raccoon who takes some of the biggest money from APAC. And if you follow his history, my understanding is he's had a connection with them suspect groups since he was a young man in school. So it's as if he was groomed in that position, which is why Hakeem's funny looking self came out talking about support for Israel and stuff. Now y'all sit up here talking about some clip from Hughley R0land talking about she got, she's putting her country before America. I don't want to hear none of that when all of America is putting Ukraine before Black Americans. When you guys send billions of dollars to Israel for dang near 70 years and giving them billions and billions of more, y'all are the ones that's putting all this money in all these foreign countries and stuff. You clearly put them first. So I don't want to hear nothing about that little talk with that lady. It ain't like I got no love for Hughley R0land either. But you guys put other foreign countries before Black Americans and refuse to give us reparations. That's who I'm talking about. Be quiet. Be quiet. I'm not telling the people to be quiet, family. That's their tag is called be quiet. So whoever with the tag be quiet, that's who I'm talking about. That's why I said Israel. I said we send them billions of dollars. But I'm saying Ukraine too. And they gave Ukraine hundreds of billions in a matter of 2 years. All y'all put other countries before us and before America. Watch this. How did they pick who came to the meeting? Y'all know D.L. Hughley is so terrible. Anytime you say anything bad about the Democrats, D.L. Hughley will come out and attack Black folks. None of us don't have no love for D.L. Hughley's funny looking self. Now, I know he might be funny on stage. I don't care for him, but that don't mean he's not funny. But I know for sure you funny looking. If you come against Black folks and you show yourself to be a sellout and a shield for the Democrat Party, you funny looking, boo. What council? I'm being serious now. Who was there? What council? Y'all listen. What council? D.L. Hughley, Spike Lee, rapper Fat Joe, Don Cheadle, and R0land Martin. What counsel are they giving y'all about us getting us to the polls? And don't forget, I said the first sentence in that section where it says a focus on Black men, it says that one of the biggest topics was how to energize Black voters and tighten economic messaging that will appeal to them. How many of y'all know that there's no greater economic messaging that would appeal to us like reparations? None. I just wanted to remind you of that. And I wanted to let you all know that this little article, which served multiple purposes, I ain't gonna get into the other little diabolical purposes, but they're trying to give her some bona fides in this one. Talking about she's quiet, her quiet effort. It's a quiet effort. A quiet effort to break through the Biden campaign's information bubble. The quiet, shh. Quiet effort to break through the information bubble. Do you think that Spirit is going to bless those Black talking heads when they despise us? We have the ear of the streets, and we're talking about political matters that matters to our people, that will pull us out of our condition, and they're intentionally going out of their way to ignore us. You know that social media is the most influential platform because we were the ones that they tried to censor and demonetize the most. You know that we're the most influential because who did they go to, y'all, when the pandemic was out? And remember, later it was revealed that behind the scenes, the White House was trying to get with all of the different social media platforms and stuff to control the narrative so that they could keep the pandemic and the shots going. Talk Black to me, somebody. Another report I read or something the other day, just recently, was Kamala, my understanding is allegedly asking, I don't know if it was the local leadership, the local political leadership, or whoever in different states, who are some of the social media people she can meet with. Y'all, we have been the most consistent voices on multiple platforms, and I'm not just talking about myself, those in independent Black media. We literally have the ear of the streets, and they refuse to invite or listen to any of us. They're playing themselves, and we welcome your end. Do you think the Spirit is going to bless you and you're going to go anywhere further when you despise the generations behind you, silly? All you're trying to do is maintain imperialist, anti-Black America, and that ain't never going to ultimately work. None of us are listening to DL, like none of us is listening to DL Hughley. None of us is listening to rapper Fat Joe about no voting. R0land Martin is raid to us. Raid. Inviting and involving him in anything like that means you're trying to lose and you desire to be seen as uncredible. They're playing right in our faces. You know you're powerful when the former DNC, one of the top DNC darlings, one of the top DNC heads, Howard Dean, came out and told our brother F you when Tariq was chastising Kamala Harris at the time for using antics to try to appeal to us for the Black vote. You know you're powerful when you have MSNBC, a Black host, Tiffany Cross, go up there and tell people, don't listen to folks like us. And these are the individuals that they invite to the table. I just wanted to give y'all the update. As it says inside Kamala Harris's quiet effort to break through the Biden campaign's information bubble. It's a new day, beloved. I just wanted to share that with you all very briefly. I've got to run and take care of some other things right now. I was just like, they just won't stop. Family, don't forget. If you missed it, I'm giving everybody a few more days. We have been selling the pre-sales of my spring edition for Venus. But they're pre-sales, which means it's going to take a few weeks before we ship them out, family. And so sisters, get yours today. Venus, the love and money issue, available now. The link is at the top. The link is either in the description box when we end, or it's in the it's pinned at the top of the chat, family. Or go to my website at VickiPlanet.com. Get yours now. But brothers, be sure to get one for your wife, your girlfriend, your fiance, your mother, your sister, your auntie, brother. So you don't have to really keep it for yourself, but give it to the lovely lady in your life. This is about how the divine feminine woman, we manifest differently. There are going to be some yummy, beautiful pictures in this 16-page magazine. We're going to be having affirmations about we are the bank, because sisters together, I want us to manifest love and money together. How about that? And we're going to be talking about what we do for ourselves in order to make that a reality. I want us to do it together. Somebody say, I appreciate that, goddess. Thank you all so much. All of you that gave cash apps, all of you that gave stickers, super stickers and so forth. Thank you so very much. I love you so much. And we're going to see what we can do about these commercial ads. But family, just do what you can to, just either ignore it or skip it or whatever. I'm not even sure how it's set up. But thank you all so much for your patience with how we move on these different platforms, which is why we're on different ones. I want to shout out our moderators, Miss Sharice and Aquarius. I love y'all so much. And as our sister said, thank you for joining us, family, today. Y'all be sure to hit that thumbs up button. Would you share? I'm your sister with the curly braids. I'm going to be back again this week, inshallah. I can't wait to see you again.